as intelligent graduates, let me just give you a certain points that bother me. Here are key points I want you to toss around in your educated brain. Bullet. The Philippines has borne some of the costs of educating you. If you go abroad, our country will lose the tax revenues from your incomes. Bullet. If you emigrate, and particularly when you're a teacher, you could be depriving younger Filipinos of your guidance and stimulus. Those who could become your assistants will no longer be able to do so after you depart. Bullet. The brain drain poses the problem that people who move out of the country are mostly those who are trained and skilled, and leaving behind the unskilled and the semi-unskilled. Bullet. If you leave, your departure will impact internal income distribution because professionals who emigrate imply that they would stay if their salary differentials were raised. If our society gives them higher salaries, they would reinforce the egalitarian income distribution. Bullet. The brain drain is external because Filipinos live for abroad, but the brain drain is also internal because the professionals prefer to practice in the cities and often disregard the needs of rural areas. Kabudlay gid maghalin sa ingol, amo nang kapag kasugid kami amon ang maglutod. Kay daw bisan galing pagkaon mo halos-halos ka makasarang. Sa mentras, ang mga pangawat ng kwarta sa Metro Manila, so grabe ang mga lifestyle nila. Ka mga mango, pero nag-eskwela sila sa mga exclusive schools, exclusive kagataas ang tuition fees. Kagagarbo sa lifestyle nila. Pero may sila kakadto abroad. Why sila mag-eskwela abroad? Kung kakadto lang sila ya, sa nagsenador na sila nag-congressman sila, kahit pangawat sila nga pangawat sa kwarta nga ilan. Tapos 5-star hotels pa, ginaistaran nila. Di abe, anong klaseng usod di man? Gama-suicide ako. I would define corruption as the abuse of public roles or resources for private benefit. In other words, using public funds for private profit. That is corruption. Ang problema sa atong nga pungsod kay wala. Sa maiso, kung magbato, sa nagapalangawat, hamak mo halimbawa mo, kung congressman, may 20 million a year siya. May 70 million a year siya. What is 10% of 70 million? Di 7 million? O, kung disente na ganin siya nga makawat pero disente, 10% lang kinakawat niya. So what is 10% of 70 million? 7 million. O, 7 million, ato nila ginbawat na buwis, ginakuha yan ang iyaya, pag-atag sa pork barrel siya. Kapin pa ang senador, kaya senador, dako ang nila pork barrel. Ang pork barrel sa senador, 200 million. Kadamuan sa pork barrel ko, gibutan ko dili sa syudad. Pero mga gabing-gabing lang nga proyekto, kahit 200 billion malang na, iraptahon mo pa na sa bilong kapungsod. Pero, bisan sa 10% lang, anong 10% sa 200 million? Di 20 million. 6 years kang senador. 20 million times 6, di 180 million. Kung magdalagan ka para re-election, may kapital ka na ng 180 million. Amo na kung may incumbent dira sa imo nga distrito, hindi mo na siya madaog, kay mandako, tamo na yan ang pangawat niya ng kapital niya. Kagte, kung magdaog na siya, mangawat na siya doble pa. Para nga, nakita na lang atong gipagapital niya. Amo na ang kinanglan, islan talaga naton ining sistema nga ni. Why ko akon kaya mag-eskwela? Sa akon lang yung kwarta, man wala kami kwarta eh. Kundi nga, nag-eskwela ko ako niyan sa bilog ng kalibutan, kailangan ko yung fellowship at scholarship, kaging pangabudlayan ko na iya. Amo ng problema natin, subong sa aton, hindi ko tabandaan mo. Kundi mapalitan ng aton na sistema, bisa na mo na nga maalam ka mo, hindi ka mo magalasenso. Balaan mo, this is the age of the idiot. Corruption is the great evil of Philippine society today because it does the following. Bullet. It harms economic growth. Number 2, it discourages foreign investment. Number 3, it increases bureaucratic delays. Number 4, diverse expenditures from social services toward large projects such as construction that offer large bribes. Liwat. Corruption, diverse expenditures from social services, education, healthcare for the poor, housing. Yan ang social services. But diverts it from those social services to large projects such as construction that offers large bribes. Gani nga mag-andambid ka mo. Basta nga may aral na dako nga proyekto, diri sa probinsya sa Iloilo, dako man sina ang kickback niya. Tandaan nyo na. Kaya dapat inakwarta nga na data na ito, inabulik sa inyo sa pag-eskwela nyo, halimbawa, o kung pagpa-hospital nyo, o kung pagpa-patindog balay. Kay mga maalam ka mo subong, abi pa nung duman nyo ina. No matter what your inclination, no matter what your profession, I challenge you, stop corruption right here, right now. Nga nga magsagal pa ko lecture sa ibang na probinsya about anti-corruption. Dito sa akong na probinsya, naintindihan ko kito anong paladagan dali eh. Amrang ko ito'y galintra dali sa mga internal politics sa sulod sa aton nga probinsya kung sa aton nga syudad. Because the way that politics is being played out in our country is a paradigm for politics in the whole country. Our politics is run on the money that is illegally obtained from the taxes that our people pay. The happy life. Actually, ang team ko sa buong gobyerno, paano ka magkalipay sa pangabuhi mo? First, to reduce poverty, then reduce corruption, and then, and only then, can you try to be happy. What is the meaning of happiness? I will define happiness as any action that promotes the good spirits and lightheartedness of the general public. But happiness depends not only on the quantity, but also the quality of pleasures. Dito yung mga politiko sa Metro Manila, kapag kasadya lang sila yan, daw gabi-gabi. Bawa kalaon sila sa mga 5-star restaurants. Isa kakaon nila, mga 3,000 mo. Isa lang katawo. Kaya man formal, sila nga formal, kinaglabayaran mo pa. Pagkatapos ng gabi, kakaladto sila sa mga concerts sila nga malahalon. Nadawala lang yan sa mga email sa atong pungsod. But as I said, as intelligent people, you should realize that happiness depends not only on the quantity, padamo-damo. May isa ganit ka kontra, ay ang asawa nagsiling niya sa TV, 38 gidya ang kirida niya. Ginatubang ko sa Senado, tudlok ko yan, si ikaw imo yan, kung ano nga binutik na hambal mo, ikaw imo yan, 38 kirida mo. Amo-amo gina siya, sa huli, nagwa sa TV ang asawa niya, sige gusto na. But I return to my topic of happiness. I would like you to be happy. I am generally a happy person, notwithstanding that I sound so frustrated. That's because I know there are so many intelligent people. I wish you could have all the scholarships and the fellowships that very kind-hearted people helped me to obtain during my own journey through life. So that eventually we can reach what we call the concept of happiness. I believe it is wrong to think that happiness is a series of unrelated experiences. Akala, dumdumin nyo, masadya ko nga buhi, kay may kuntisa, may masadya diri, may masadya dira. Tikon, kung ganon mo sila, tikon yung masadya. But, on the contrary, happiness is an ordered whole, characterizing an entire life. The road to happiness is the pursuit of specific goals, pursuant for their own sake, such as knowledge, artistic and cultural activity, or moral goodness. Hindi na uso subong ang moral goodness. Uso na subong ang mga pagwapo-wapo, pangirida, bakal sa mga auto, bakal sa damo-damo nga mga balay, pakadto abroad nga kung ay man ginahimo kundi nga turista. But when you pursue professional success, I wish for you to strive for this goal so that your life will be happy. There are two concepts of happiness. The first concept is hedonistic. It identifies happiness with pleasure. Basta sadya, malipay na kita. The second concept is eudaimonistic. That comes from Aristotle. Eudaimonia. It identifies happiness as the objective characteristic of a person's life. This kind of happiness arises from the idea of fulfillment and the idea of self-realization. That is what I've come here to tell you. Real happiness at the end of life is the concept or the belief that you have fulfilled yourself as educated minds and that you have realized yourselves and justified the love and the affection and sacrifices made for you by your parents and your teachers. Let me leave you with a description of happiness or eudaimonia given by Aristotle, which is what I wish for you above all. May you fulfill your instinctively human potential by using both practical and theoretical reason throughout your entire life. May you find happiness, meaning your well-being, in the full realization of your human potential, especially in rational activity, exhibiting excellence. And so, let me conclude by sharing with you a wish for happiness that I learned when I was studying in Dublin in Ireland. This is an Irish prayer. May the road rise to meet you. May the wind ever be at your back. May the good Lord keep you in the hollow of his hand. May your heart be as warm as your hearthstone. And when you come to die, may the wail of the poor be the only sorrow you will leave behind. May God bless you always. Good luck.